What's up, everybody? What's going on? Wednesday, what are we, October 14th, 2020. On this evening, what's going on, everybody? Elliot here from Movie Files. Very excited to be live with you tonight, talking some Lovecraft. Waiting for my guest to get in just in a little bit. We'll introduce him here in a bit once he joins in. But yeah, man, we'll wait for some more people to get in the chat. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday evening here in Central Time. It is 7 o'clock, and we're talking Lovecraft, ladies and gentlemen. Lovecraft Country. We're talking everything up into this point, which is the finale on Sunday. Man, I can't believe how fast time has been flying with this season, man. And me and my guest, once he tunes in, we're going to be talking about it live tonight with you all, discussing this incredible show. You know, I've been covering on my show for the last 9 weeks, and it has been such a fun journey breaking it down every week with you all, making our theories, our predictions, all that fun stuff. And make sure the audio sounds good on my end. Yep. There it is. Is it coming in clear? We got some people in the chat. Tara, what's going on, guys? Hey, give me a thumbs up right quick if the audio is coming in good on your end. But Tara, how we doing tonight? This is Patterson. What's going on? We got my boy Jay. How we doing, Jay? Happy hump day to you, my friend. We got James in the building in here. What's up, James? Purple Queen Sugar. How we doing, Purple Queen? Good evening. So yeah, guys, again, I did one of these about 3 weeks ago. Is myself, one of the guests that will be coming in and here in a bit. KB, we did the discussion a couple weeks ago with everything up into the mid-season point of the show, and now what we're doing tonight is discussing everything up into where we're at now, which is Sunday is the finale, episode 10, which is titled Full Circle. So myself and my guests who will be tuning in just a little bit in the stream, we're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about you guys' theories, answer any questions you guys have. We're going to discuss some things amongst ourselves, favorite characters, favorite moments, least favorite moments, and all that fun stuff. So it's going to be a fun, just Lovecraft Country evening discussion, live discussion, just having a good time with you guys, you wonderful people out there that's been enjoying this show just like we have. So yeah, guys, we got about 10 people in the chat, and I would love, and you guys give me a thumbs so the audio is good. Awesome. So I would love for you guys to, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Means a lot, helps out the channel, spreads out the channel as far as the algorithm for more people can join into the discussion. So I definitely appreciate it if you guys can give this video a thumbs up, those that are in the live and those that are watching this on the replay, and then those that are tuning in live. Let's discuss it. So in that live chat, guys, drop your questions, your theories, your predictions, your pros, your cons, all that stuff in the chat. Be a lively chat. I love talking to you all about anything, especially Lovecraft Country. So definitely join the conversation. And then for those also too that want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, other ways to support the channel is, of course, super chat. So if you guys want to get your question answered immediately, definitely throw in a super chat. I'll make myself and my guests make sure to attend to that question. And then, of course, if you do want to support the channel and other means, there is streamlabs.com/moviefiles, as well as PayPal. And then for those that are watching the replay, thumbs up, and then leave your thoughts in the comments below. So we got some more people. Like I said, people are saying the audio is good. Thank you, James. Jay, appreciate it. Tara, thank you. We got JB. Yeah, Dodgers, good luck with your podcast this evening. Yeah, for sure, man. Is the Dodgers, they're playing the Braves, right? And they're down 0-2 or something like that. So, yeah, man, I haven't been really following baseball that much this season, but Jay knows. We know what time it is. LA, man. This was the championship for Black Mamba. So happy the Lakers got that W, and we'll see if what the Dodgers can do. But from what I gather from what I've seen, looks like the Braves are killing it right now. So hopefully we'll see if they can turn things around. How we doing, Key? How we doing tonight? Welcome. Awesome, guys. So again, still waiting for my guests to tune in. So in the meantime, again, if you guys want to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, drop your questions in the comments now and in the live chat regarding any questions, theories, things that have been on your mind. I sure appreciate it, Jay. Like I said, man, we got that 17th championship to put up there, the banner, so the Boston Celtics can't keep talking about they got one up on us, man. We're even, and we're going to probably get that 18th championship hopefully next year. But yeah, man, appreciate it for tuning in tonight, Jay. But yeah, guys, like I said, leave your thoughts, your concerns, your comments, your theories, your predictions in the comments now, in the chat now, as well as if you guys have any questions you guys want to make sure that we get to as soon as possible. Streamlabs, Super Chats, I should say. Those two outlets are ways to get your questions answered immediately. So yeah, like I said, we got about 13 people in the chat. Like I said, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Still waiting on my guest. He should be coming in a little bit. He's traveling. He's time traveling like Hippolyta. He's traveling in different multiverses to get here tonight. So he should be tuning in just a little bit. But yeah, let me, how's everyone Wednesday been? What movies, what shows have you been watching in the last few days? Myself personally, I just watched The Trial of Chicago 7 the other night, which will be premiering on Netflix this Friday. So keep an eye out for that review. That was a really good watch. Trying to think, what else am I watching? I'm watching some other HBO shows. The Third Day, We Are Who We Are. Those have been really good, entertaining shows. Excited for the finale of The Third Day on Monday. Of course, we got Lovecraft to talk about tonight and on Sunday. And there's a couple other movies I have. Bad Hair that I'm excited to check out for Hulu, and some other fun things. But we got a super chat in here from Patterson, super sticker. I can't see it I'm going to go on the YouTube to see what that sticker looks like. And I appreciate the donation there. It's I appreciate it. Thank you for the super sticker there. And then again, if you guys want to, you don't have to. Any donations go straight to the channel. And it goes towards building this channel to even bigger, better heights than where we are now. So I appreciate that super chat, the super sticker, I should say. And like I said up top, if you guys want any pressing questions to be answered, Super Chats are open. Streamlabs are open. I'll make sure to check the Streamlabs if you guys have any questions that'll be sent over there. And then, of course, we have the PayPal set up as well. So really appreciate that donation there and that super sticker. Yes, sir. 17. Yeah, man. LA, how we doing? Hey, how we doing, Vera? How we doing tonight? So we got 14 people in the chat. Waiting for my guests to tune in, just kind of killing time, talking to you guys and seeing what's going on. Like I said, with movies, with shows, all that fun stuff that we have here. I think Jay, what did Jay just send in? I think, I don't know if it's updating here on the Streamlabs, but it looks like Jay said, have I heard the rumors about Dexter? Yeah, I saw that before we went live, Jay. And Dexter's, man, that was a show that I was like, whew, that was my jam, dude. Like season 4 through or season 1 through 4 was just like incredible television. And then unfortunately I kind of lost interest in it. But I hear that they're bringing everyone back behind the scenes, in front of the camera. And we'll see, man. I don't have Showtime, so I don't know how I'm going to check it out. But I hope it's worth coming back, and that Michael C. Hall is, looks like he's never left, because it's been 8 years since he's played the character. So how do I go to stream? Let me see, live actions. If I can see you guys' questions on here. Yeah, I don't know if I can see it on here. I'll just read it from my phone. But either way, let me go ahead and log out. Either way, yeah, I'm excited to see what they're doing with Dexter, man. Because like I said, I didn't see the finale, but I heard it wasn't all that entertaining or satisfying to those that stuck around for all those seasons. Let's see here. Purple Queen Sugar says, Bad Hair seems like it'd be something good to see from look at the trailer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I got the screener for it today, and it looks funny. It looks kind of scary. Kind of a satire on hair and the importance of hair, especially in the Black community. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The cast looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited to see what that's all about. I think it comes out next Friday, so hopefully I'll be watching that probably this weekend and have a review out for you guys next week. Are you going to do a video for Love and Monsters? Love and Monsters. Is that the the Dylan O'Brien film, if I'm not mistaken, like the comedy sci-fi movie, like kind of kid or YA kids film, not kids film, but YA movie. I think I know if that's the one you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know if I'll check it out. I don't know if it's this Friday. When is that film? I don't even know when it's coming out, but I love Dylan O'Brien, so I'll probably check it out just for the fact that I'm a big fan of his, but haven't been hearing too much about it, to be honest with you. Nicole, how we doing tonight, Nicole? Welcome. I appreciate the session. Haven't started yet, but do you like hunting on Blind Manor. So yeah, Nicole, I did check out Blind Manor, reviewed it last week, non-spoiler review, super in-depth without spoilers. And, kind of summarizing what that video said, I enjoyed the craftsmanship of the show. I enjoyed the Mike Flanagan's direction, the cinematography, the score, all the technical stuff was there. The acting was top notch as expected from this great cast that he puts together and used for a lot of his projects, especially a lot of people came over from Hill House. But overall, the story didn't really hit me the same way that Hill House did. And also, too, scary things are very subjective, but I wasn't too happy with the lack of scares, in my opinion. I thought this particular season was not as scary, not as thrilling, not as chilling as the bent neck lady and things like that. So, but overall, I still recommend people give it a shot. There's some, like I said, great acting. It's a great love story. It's a tragic, romantic, gothic love story, which is great, but just wasn't for me. But overall, I would still recommend you all check out Blind Manor. And when you do, head over to the channel that you're on right now and check out my spoiler-free thoughts about Blind Manor and Mike Flanagan and them. Yeah, it comes out Friday. Oh, is that the Love? Yeah, I gotta check it out. I don't know what studio has it because I haven't reached out to any of the PR people about it. And here he is, traveled. He's been traveling in the multiverse with Hippolyta. He's made it tonight, guys. I got my guests in the chat. We got Shalon from the Binge Zone. How we doing, my friend?
Doing good. How's it going, Elliot?
Oh, hold on. I don't know let me get my headset set up. I don't think I got it set up. Hold on 1 second. Where we at? Speakers. Oh. Is it connected? Technical difficulties. Hold on, people. Let me get my headset sorted out here before I can hear my guest. Give me 1 second.
All right, no problem.
Where is the audio? Let's see here. All right, so we're not here. Let me just go old school with it to get the regular headphones. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Please excuse the technical difficulties. Let me see if I can hear my man Shalon. Let's see. Audio. Speakers. Mic check. Can you hear me, Shalon?
Yes, I hear you.
There we go. What's up, brother? How we doing tonight, man?
Doing pretty good. What about yourself?
Doing all right, man. You see, I'm rocking the Lakers shirt, so my squad, man, got that championship for Kobe, man.
They beat my Miami Heat.
Yeah, man, it took care of business finally, man. But yeah, man, glad you can join me tonight, man. Glad to have you back talking some Lovecraft. If you guys don't know, Shalon has an incredible YouTube channel. He covers the show on a weekly basis, dives deep into the show, and excited to have him on, man. So since we have you on, bro, if you want to tell the people a little bit about your channel and kind of do some promotions, man. The stage is yours, man.
Okay. The channel is the Binge Zone. We do, like Elliot said, we cover Lovecraft. We cover all sorts of other shows, whether it's on HBO, whether it's on Netflix. And it's usually pretty much deep dives into the show, looking at the deeper meaning, peeling back the layers of all types of movies and storytelling, and just getting into it, really. So definitely check us out at the Binge Zone on YouTube. And also I have a podcast, the Magical Negro Podcast, where I dive even deeper into certain stuff that you really can't get into on YouTube because of monetization and all that.
No doubt, man. Yeah, definitely check him out, guys. He has a lot of great content on his YouTube channel. And also check out his podcast, man. It's a great listen as well. So definitely show him some support, man. So we got one more episode left, my friend, man. We got the finale this Sunday. So tonight, man, I was just hoping to talk to you to have a therapy session about, unanswered questions that we haven't gotten quite yet. Okay. Theories from the chat, all that fun stuff, man. So I guess from the last time we talked a couple weeks ago when you were on a channel with Kay, we discussed the first 5 episodes. And now we have episodes 6 through 9. Has the show still hit you emotionally? Is it still as entertaining, scary, well thought out? Deep dives into these characters. Where are you at from episode 6 through 9 since we last spoke, man?
Oh yeah, no. From 6 through 9, like these past few episodes, I feel like has taken the show to another level. Like after last week's episode, I was a mess. It was
you and me both, man. You and me both.
It was a lot dealing with that in the Hippolyta episode. Like I've never had a piece of TV show, any TV show at all, blow my mind. I did not expect that at all. The visuals,
Yeah.
her journey, just so many things. And even the episode before last, episode 8, where it was with Topsy and Bobsy, I was thinking like, oh, this is actually scary shit.
Jigabobo episode was really, I'm right there with you, man. And I mean, starting off with episode 6 with Gia, the love story, right? That was such a Hollywood kind of love story, and seeing Vic fall in love for the first time. And then, like you just said, from episode 7 with with Hippolyta's travel through the multiverse and her reclaiming her name. Episode 8, like you just mentioned, Jigabobo with the Topsy characters, and Dee figuring out everything that's going on with her. And then this last episode, bro, like you just said, man, I was wrecked, especially seeing the Dora's grandmother dying in the way she did, and the flames, man, and just the idea of our ancestors and stuff that they sacrificed to get us where we at, to protect their legacy and the future of their family, man. The show, just like you said, man, it hits on so many layers, man. It's just incredible.
Oh, definitely. It's a lot. They did a good job.
No doubt, man. And we're going to talk about that too tonight, guys, in regards to continuation of the show. Is there a potentiality of a season 2? Well, obviously, we don't have the finale quite yet, but I wonder what's the possibilities of that. We got a super chat in here from Vieira Morris. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, really and excited for the finale, but I'm sure I will be sad when it ends. The wait begins. Yeah, man. I mean, we'll talk about it more in depth later, but just kind of your thoughts, Shalana, on just the bittersweetness of the finale coming up this Sunday, and the possibility of a season 2 maybe not happening, man. What's your kind of your thoughts right now on the finale being this Sunday?
Me trying to wrap my head around the finale, like I don't think there's gonna be a second season, just because of the way the show's been rolling. And it's like you said, it's gonna be bittersweet because this show was like unlike anything we've ever seen on TV.
Right.
And the fact that it's going to end after one season, after we've been introduced to these characters, these stories, like who knows when's the next time we're going to have a show that tackles these things on such a scale. It's like, I want the main characters to survive and have a happy ending, but at the same time as the audience, like I want more. I need more.
Yeah. I mean, we, did you watch Watchmen? This,
yes.
Yeah. That to me, so I'm one of those people where I can be good with a satisfying ending, and I still would love to see more. But if the creators, Mitchell Green and everyone behind the scenes, feel like they told their story, then I'm okay with that. As long as they go out on a high note, a la, a Watchmen. So, and again, we'll get more into depth in regards to the possibilities of a season 2. And if they were to make one, what would be the pitch for a season 2? But yeah, it's bittersweet because, like you said, man, there hasn't been a show like this on TV, I would say, since Watchmen, and in regards to just tackling family trauma and generational trauma and things of that nature, and diving deep into things like the Tulsa riots, which I kind of knew about the Tulsa riots when I growing up as a kid, but a lot of people, that was their first time being exposed to it in Watchmen. And they were still like, oh, that can't be real. There's no way that they were bombing, places and killing people in broad daylight and all that stuff. But it shows like this that kind of put things like that, that we don't learn in school out in the forefront. So I don't know what's the next big thing to look forward to besides Lovecraft, man. But we'll talk about that a little bit later, man. But some people are speculating, and it would be nice for the finale to be 2 hours long. I honestly would love, but I looked up on HBO's, and of course schedules can change. But if you guys go to HBO's schedule, it only has it slotted for an hour time like it normally is. So it would be nice to get an hour 10, hour 15. But honestly, man, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just an hour show that we've been getting the last, 9 episodes, man. What do you think about if we get like an extended kind of show come this finale?
Yeah, I would love an extended. Because I think most of the episodes are about like 50 to 57 minutes.
Right.
So, and I feel like there's quite a few things they have to tackle if this is going to be the last episode of the series. Mm-hmm. So I would love for an hour and a half. Maybe not the full 2 hours, because you don't want to stretch out. Right. Like an hour and a half for them to really get into certain things that they touched on, and certain, because this is the last episode. A lot of characters and a lot of plot lines are going to need some closure, so they have to wrap all that up. So I think it's going to be hard to do that in 1 hour.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now. Let me share my screen, guys. And again, schedules can always change, but right now on the official website of HBO. If you guys notice, let's see, where is this? Not today. Let's go to Sunday. And here we go here. Can you guys see it can you see it on my screen, Shalon? Let me pull it. Okay. So if you
circle.
guys notice, it's just slotted for its normal time, 8 p.m. Central Time to 9 o'clock, and I don't know what the vowel is. So I assume it's a weekly episode 9 or whatever it is. So I mean, they still have their slotted shows. Again, they have their late night show with John Oliver. So what does it say there? An hour for the finale? Yeah, season finale talks about the script. So I don't know, guys. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but it's looking like it's going to just be a standard traditional hour that we've been getting the entire season. So, but that would be nice if they surprise us and like switch up. It's like an extended version of the episode. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. But let's see. We got some more people referring to some things. I was like a newborn baby after last episode. I needed ice cream and nap. Yeah, James. It was emotional, man. It was definitely emotional. We got Laura Jackson saying this is my favorite show of the year. I'm kind of right there with we're both fans of Dark. Season 3 of Dark, I thought was but as far as like new shows, not season 3 or 4 shows, but just like new shows to this year. Where's Lovecraft land on your list, man? As far as shows, this year,
number 1 for new shows this year, and even counting like Dark and its 3rd final season, as well as what's it called, The Boys, the 2nd season, all great. I still have Lovecraft up there. Like if the finale finishes out strong, it might still be my favorite show of the year, like the best show I've seen, because I've seen Devs, I've seen that. I've watched after watching your video, I started watching Utopia, and that's really good. So, but Lovecraft is still up there just because of just everything that Lovecraft does that those shows don't do.
Right. I'm looking at my list here too, and there's been some, and a lot of this stuff. Some people, like Sex Education season 2, which I really enjoyed. I'm not okay with this one. Didn't finish it. Yeah, I really had a fun time with that. The Outsider on HBO was a fun supernatural Stephen King.
Was that this
show.
year?
Yeah, man, it was January when it started. El Cuco. So if you guys are looking for some more supernatural shows, definitely not in the vein of Lovecraft, but definitely more of that Stephen King love. Definitely check out The Outsider. And you mentioned Devs, which I loved. With Alex Garland, Ozark season 3, I think we got this year. I had a good time with that.
Oh yes, this year was good.
It was good. I mean, Defending Jacob comes to mind. I really enjoyed that.
I have 2 episodes left, I think, on Jacob.
Oh man, I love Defending Jacob. Yeah, man, Chris Evans was awesome. I Know This Much Is True with Mark Ruffalo was fantastic. What else do we have this year? Doom Patrol, of course. We talked about Dark. Perry Mason was a big hit surprise for me. So yeah, just looking at what we've gotten, and we talked about The Boys, Raised by Wolves. I think Lovecraft Country is my favorite show this year, man.
Yeah,
I think it is, man. Just because, like you had mentioned, I think not only is it on the surface level entertaining, it has the monsters, it has the great character developments, but then it hits on that extra level of like the culture, the Black culture.
That's what it is. Yeah. Because all the shows we named, like we've seen some sort of variation of those shows before. Like granted, these shows are all great, but a show that tackles the Black culture in a sci-fi setting, we've yet to ever see this kind of show. Like Watchmen touched on it, but Watchmen was more in the superhero vein, and this is more in the full-on sci-fi, hardcore time travel, all that, like full-on.
100%, man. 100%. Tick seems to be more romantic with Gia than he is with Letty. I need some black romance. Yeah, that's funny, man.
I agree.
I would say my buddy Griffin from Film Suite, we have like a Lovecraft discussion on his channel every week, and he's in that same camp. He felt like the chemistry between Gia and Tick was more organic and more natural and more of a love story than we got with Letitia. And it hurts my heart because Letitia is my favorite character, but I think there's a little bit of truth to that, man.
Because when I think about it, because last week's episode when Letty was talking to the great grandmother and was like, I love him and I'm in love with him. And I'm like, why?
Right.
But with Gia, we saw why she would be in love with him. But like Letty and Tick haven't really shared any on-screen like courting or romanticizing. It's just been adventure and trauma after trauma. I feel like they're trauma bonding more than anything.
No, I'm right there with you, man. And we'll talk about Gia maybe making a return in the finale. But I think Gia and Tick, man, they got some true love. And it was so bogus when he left, or not left, but he kicked Gia out of the house.
Yeah, right.
I was like, damn, man. Cold
That was
heartless.
cold, yeah, right?
James says, I'm conflicted about a season 2. One hand, I wanted the story to end on a high note. Yeah, we'll definitely get in a little bit more of a deeper discussion about the possibilities of a season 2. I really wanted Cora's family to be magical. Cora or Dora, you're referring to Dora? Yeah. We'll talk about Dora too as well a little bit later. But yeah, guys, you know what? We're gonna get into this kind of the topics of the conversation, like you guys are doing right now. Continue throwing your, your comments, your concerns, your theories, your predictions, and of course, super chats and Streamlabs are open as well. So, kind of the first question I want to kind of pose to you, Shalon, as well as the people in the chat and those watching the replay, definitely comment your thoughts in the comment section. But for you, man, as far as like favorite characters, man, I think when we last spoke, was it Montrose? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Letty with Montrose catching up last time we spoke.
Okay, gotcha. So as far as from when we last time we spoke to where we are now, is that still the case? Has there been any changes?
At this point, Montrose has taken over Letty as my favorite character. And I know Montrose is trash. I get it. I understand, but like I feel like with his character, I can't help but sympathize with Montrose. Like, I get why he's done a lot of messed up stuff throughout the show, but as we learn more and peel back the layers, you begin to understand. And I feel like Montrose tugs at my heartstrings. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I just want this guy to be happy at this point. And it got me realizing like he's rough around the edges. However, everything he's doing is for the protection of his family. Like, right. The episode before last, when Jacob Bobo, when Dee was in trouble, like everyone else went to go do their own thing, and Montrose was the only one to like stick out and go look for her. And right. The thing is, Hippolyta left Dee with Ruby. Yeah. And Montrose is the only like he does messed up things, but it's always for family. Like for the fact that he's been through so much, but he always prioritizes family. And even last episode, when he talked to Tick, and he was like, whatever, I don't care if you might be George's son or whatever, like you're still my son. And I'm sitting here like, even through all that pain, he's still trying to find something.
Right. Yeah, a lot of Will say, I mean, you did hit the nail on the head up top where it's like there's still some stuff with Montrose, whether it be, which I found interesting, man. I don't know if you read the article of Misha Green. Someone had she's very active on Instagram and Twitter, by the way. Yeah. She responds to his fan, which is fantastic. But someone had mentioned the handling of Yahimi, and she mentioned that she felt like she did drop the ball in that character for the indigenous people and the storyline and kind of the underlying tone of, maybe some miscommunication with some people interpreted him killing Yahimi as like, because that was like a two-spirited person. Yeah, the two-spirited person, and him killing that was kind of him coming out as a gay man. It was some things that got kind of a little muffled with that storyline. So I love that Misha Green did kind of address it. She kind of dropped the ball on him, but that's something that hasn't really been addressed since murdering her. Obviously there's the treatment of Sammy and things of that nature. But to your point, man, I think Montrose, out of all the characters, I think he's gotten the most character development from the first time we saw him coming out of the ground saying, "What the hell y'all doing here? I didn't want y'all here." To, him being a gay man coming out, and with Sammy that night at the party, and, seeing where he's at now and having that emotional moment. You just mentioned episode 9 of just being like, I don't care if biologically speaking, if my brother, your uncle George is your father, your biological father or dad, but I'm the one that's been there, and I've been sacrificing so much for you to be my son. So that's definitely, I think he's gotten the most character development and arc from when we first saw him to where he's at now. So I'm definitely in the same boat with you. And as far as like favorite characters for me, I think it's still Letitia. I still think of episode 3, but in this second half, man, I think Hippolyta has become, at least in the confines of like the second half, who's been the most compelling character. I think it's Hippolyta. Yes. Again, we talked about it with the IM episode, her being this Doctor Who, Doctor Strange, Sarah Connor, badass, traveling.
Goku Super Saiyan Blue.
Exactly, man. Traveling to Earth 504, 200 years worth of knowledge. I think she's just been so on money, man. I think that the actress has been fantastic, which all the acting has been incredible, but I think she has just been such a badass. And seeing her last week, and I'm excited to see what her role is in the finale, since she is kind of this time traveling goddess in a
Yeah,
sense.
right.
She turned back the hands of time and saved Tick and whatever was. I don't know what's the finale going to look like. I don't watch the trailers. I don't know if you watch the trailers, but I don't watch the trailers
No.
the following week, so I don't know what we're getting into. But I think Hippolyta for me has been the MVP for that second half of the season, man. And again, everyone in the chat, let us know your favorite character. It can be for the entire show so far, from episodes 1 through 9, or in particular the second half of the show. Who has been the standout characters for everyone in the chat?
And one more thing on that. Christina has been rising as a character that I like. Like, granted, I know she's the villain, if you will, but like,
right.
she's a villain I love to hate, or like not love to hate, but like I'm seeing her become more complex as a character.
Yeah, I totally understand. What episode was it, man? I think it was episode. What was she? She was just like going around having these secret meetings with people. I think it was like episode 7 or 8. But yeah, she's definitely stepped up. And then like we talked about it in the Jigabobo episode, and a lot of people in the chats and the conversations were just like the moment where she had those white men beat her up in the same manner that Emmett Till died, and the way she came out of the lake with a smile but crying at the same time with the mark of pain on her stomach. So she is complex. She's definitely has more than meets the eye. And I'm still, we'll get into that a little bit later in regards to her ultimate end game, what she wants to do with immortality. She has the mark of Cain, so technically can't she live forever because she's invulnerable? But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But Christina's definitely kind of went up my ranks as well as kind of the a character that was kind of one note at the beginning, but definitely has kind of opened up more layers as the seasons went on. I think there's some strings are going to be left dangling like in Watchmen. What's your thoughts on that, Shalon, in regards to certain angles, plot lines, subplots that might not be addressed? Would you be okay with that?
I would, depending on what it is, because I feel like there will be strings left open. For example, when Tick said he went to the future, he said someone with a metal arm grabbed them, and then we see that Dee's arm was kind of like decomposing at one point. And we know he has a son. Like I feel like the dangling plot lines will be like the future generation of their family.
Right, that's a good point there too. I mean, and there's definitely a topic that we'll bring up later in regards to unanswered questions. But there are like the little things, like the birth of the creature that Christina gave birth to in episode 2. I think we're assuming that was Tick's monster that he was controlling, but I don't know if that'll get confirmation there. The orders of Adam, the Hannah, where she's been this whole time and how she got associated, and it's just a lot of those little subplots. It wasn't,
what happened to Dora?
Oh, that's definitely a question I'll bring up later, man, with Dora, man. But Nicole says, I wonder if the show will be an anthology series where each season tackles different Lovecraft books and social consciousness. That's the kind of only thing I can see them extending. I mean, again, I'm not too familiar with. I know Mark Ruff did this book in 2016. Of course, there's thousands of H.P. Lovecraft books, but novels. Do you see that being something they can do regarding just the same cast, or maybe an American Horror Story type of thing where we get the same cast but different stories? Would that be something you'd be interested in?
With the same, maybe not the same cast, but if it was like a new cast and a different Lovecraftian novel and different social consciousness, I could get behind that. But maybe not seeing the same guys, because I just think the actors of Lovecraft, they're huge. So for them to reappear as like do an anthology series, I feel like a la American Horror Story or the Haunting series on Netflix, like those actors, I feel like are like not quite to the level of a Journey or Michael K. Williams or even a Jonathan, because at this point he's in Marvel movies now, so it's gonna be hard to like get them back for a recast.
Right. I mean, Journey Smollett, man, we'll see what with DC. They've been announcing shows left and right. So
Birds of Prey getting huge.
Yeah. So I definitely agree with you, man. These actors, which is what you would like to see. You would love to see people on TV
springboard,
get that, that elevation in their career. But at the same time, we have our greedy nature of like we want to see more, right?
I would love to see them come back.
Right. But who knows? I mean, if they do a season 2, maybe this is an opportunity to bring someone new to the forefront, some new actors, some new people of color, Black people
behind the camera as well.
Yep, exactly. I love that. Exactly. Purple Queen Sugar says Montrose has me crying on the sofa. Yeah, last week, man, he was doing his damn thing, and I think too, people forget that Michael K. Williams might be the best actor, like true actor on the show, maybe from The
Phenomenal.
Wire and
Phenomenal.
The Night of, and just a lot of other projects he's been attached to. He's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
I love that he's been, people are now getting on the bandwagon of this.
And I love the fact that he has like an HBO, like he's rooted in HBO. Like this is probably his fourth or fifth HBO series.
Yeah, was he in Boardwalk Empire?
Yes.
Boardwalk Empire, The Wire, The Night of.
The Night of.
There's some other, this one, of course, Lovecraft, and I don't know if there's another one. So yeah, I love that they've kind of scooped him up as like their go-to for his show.
Right.
The last episode made me sympathetic towards Montrose, but he still has some tragic ways. I think we can all agree.
He does.
I think we can all agree, man. What do we got here? Ruby would be my favorite. Her self-discovery relationship with Christina Williams have been some of the best scenes. Let's talk about Ruby, man. So Ruby,
there's a lot of controversy online going on right now.
Yeah, man. So let me see. I think I had a topic on her. What was it at? She said something last week that I found to be interesting. She said something to Christina Williams where she says, "I wanted to be a redhead."
If I was going to be white, I want to be a redhead. I always pictured myself as a redhead if I was picturing myself white.
How did you take that, man? Is that like a little jokey joke, or is she gonna go out and kill a white woman with a redhead and take her identity? What's Ruby's intentions, man? Where's Ruby going? She on the dark side, man?
I'm thinking as a joke. Like I think Ruby has sat down and thought of herself like if she was white, like if she's created a whole life for herself as a white person. So I could see her at this point going out, because we saw what she did to the guy after her episode. Like, so she has no qualms like messing with like fucking white people up, right? So I could see her going out there getting a redhead to become that person, because at this point I feel like Ruby's character is more on the sense of self than anything else. Because like, granted, she wants to protect Letty because Letty is her sister,
right?
But aside from Letty being her sister, like she was like, you know what, you can, like she was telling Christina, like, you know, you can kill Tick, like.
Yeah.
and she didn't care about anything else. And we've seen her, like we saw her treatment of Tamara when she found out Tamara got the job, how she did Tamara, and the episode when Letty just bought the house, episode 3, when she was downstairs playing the piano before the cross burned. She was talking about, you know, the problem with Black people is we don't work hard enough, and I'm be different from the rest of y'all. In the first episode, when she talked to Letty about, I don't know about you, but I'm about to move on up to go get a job at Marshall Fields. I'm not going to be around here no more. And I'm like, at first I just kept like slide, but I'm like, it's building up. I'm like, you're really distinguishing yourself and pushing yourself away from the community, if you will.
Right.
Because even when Hippolyta left D with you, instead of looking for D, like you went to your fancy white neighborhood with Christina and went to have a good time.
Yeah.
Christina called her out on it. Christina was like, you don't care about Emmett Till either. Like, let's be 100% at this point. And Ruby didn't deny it. So I'm sitting here like,
she's selfish, bro.
Yeah.
And to be fair, all of our characters are selfish. They've all had
my favorite character is Montrose. Like, you can't get.
But Ruby definitely takes it to another level, to a certain extent for me. I love Wumi Mushaku. I think she's been incredible. Her episode with Strange Case is still one of my favorites visually and just the character. Yeah, she's and that brings me to the super chat. Thank you, by the way, Daniela Wilson. She says, biggest issue with Ruby in the last episode, she said Christina will do it for me, but she didn't do it for her. She did it for Tick's sacrifice. So it's like the kettle calling it black when she tells Letitia, "Oh, you need to open your eyes," this, that, and the third. And she's like, "Really, Ruby?" Christina's playing you like a fiddle right now. So, I mean, it is very contradictory of Ruby, but I guess at the end of the day, will she help her sister? Will she change her mind about Tick? We'll see, man. But Ruby has definitely been an interesting character. No doubt.
I don't think she likes Tick because she's taking jabs throughout the season. Like, Tick is still staying there rent free. Like, does Tick have a job? Like, she's been going on and on. And like the super chat Danielle said, when outside, I'm like, Christina didn't do anything for you. Like,
right.
If Tick would have said no, Christina's not helping D at all.
Right. And I mean, she's giving you this magic potion and all this, that, and the third, but it was just still in a way to manipulate you. And to ultimately, you know, when she gave her the little magical stopper for Captain Lancaster, you know, she's still doing things for Christina, right? So it's just like Christina's
Yeah, it's exactly. Christina's playing her, like using Ruby as an in to the group. Because if not for Ruby, there's no way they call her to help D out. So like she found her in to find a way to manipulate Tick to get what she wants.
100%, man. 100%. We'll see what comes of Ruby on the finale, guys. But definitely let us know if you have any other concerns or thoughts or comments about Ruby. And also, Daniela, thank you so much for Super Chat. If you guys want, Super Chats are open, Streamlabs are open, PayPal's open. But the best thing you can also do is continue the lively conversation in the chat. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to Shalon's channel, The Binge Zone. Let's have some great discussions, guys. So, we got here Montrose has PTSD because of everything that happened to him. Yeah, that again, last week's episode really kind of pulled the, like you said, the onions of the peels of the onions back, where you see him, how his dad treated him, and the switch moment, and all that stuff. Him, Tommy, his first kind of, I guess, somewhat of a love interest, being killed right in front of him. The pastor of his church.
The night of the riot.
Yeah,
like, it's the same day his dad caught him in front of the mirror, and then his love interest gets shot in front of him. Then him and his brother and Dora get jumped, and the whole city's burning down. And I'm thinking, like, this is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And then again, his pastor being called out for being homosexual and going to an asylum. I mean, there's just a lot of PTSD with Montrose. You kind of understand a little bit where he's coming from. Anshanoon Ellis, yeah, she's a fantastic actress. If Bill Street can talk, she's been in a lot of great stuff, and she's
been around for a while too.
Oh yeah, man, they got an incredible cast. That look Ruby face when Letty told her about Tick being sacrificed. Ruby, she wasn't, right? She was unfazed by that of her sister's, the mother of her sister's child,
or mother of her nephew.
Yeah, is like dying, and she could care less. Yeah, Ruby is she's cold-hearted sometimes. Hippolyta is my favorite, followed by Ruby, who is even more complex and conflicted character than Montrose. Yeah, I mean, again, that's the thing I love about this show, Shalon, in regards to just there's no right character, wrong character. They're all just kind of complex and layered and have their self-motivative ways, and it's just, it makes for great television.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I do feel Ruby is complicated because, again, at the time, like the way the society treated her, even as a Black woman, just by in comparison to her and someone like Letty or Tamara they would treat her as more intimidating because she's a darker hue. She's a little bit bigger than they are. Like, she gets the more brunt of everything else. So like, I don't blame her for finally putting herself first, because society doesn't put her first, and nobody puts her first, really.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think you answered James' questions, or when he brought up the mark of Cain, which was going to be a topic a little bit later, but doesn't stop the aging process, right? In regards to the mark of Cain.
Yeah, I think they still age, because Christina's dad was still aging. That's why he wanted immortality too.
Exactly. I think Hippolyta is going to space. Dee was telling her dad in episode 1 that her mother was going to be different. And that's the thing too with Dee and her whole comic book stuff coming to fruition is pretty dope, right?
Oh yeah, Orinthia Blue.
Yeah. Ruby wants to be a redhead. Yeah. We'll see if that happens next week. I think that Ruby could be a redhead. She could very well be Christina's undoing.
Yeah. I think so too. That's a possibility. I've entertained that possibility, thinking she at the last minute might hit Christina with a gotcha.
Yeah, 100%, man. I also think Ruby's aim to learn magic and is actually playing Christina. I think there's some truth in that comment too, because I think Christina or Ruby's even said that much so to Letitia a couple episodes ago, that she was kind of just wanting to learn magic. But I think she has feelings for Christina, honestly. But I think there is a little bit of like,
I want to learn magic, but I don't think Christina's going to teach her.
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
Leverage, really.
Yeah. As much as I dislike Ruby's choices, I can empathize with her wanting to escape her own life, being, like you just mentioned, plus size woman, dark skin, living in Jim Crow. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, again, there's reasons to kind of understand why Ruby's kind of taking that.
No, I get it completely. Yeah. I don't hold it against her.
Yeah. Let's see. Ruby is some kind of different, shaking my head. Let's see. Ruby may be low-key hustler. Yeah, we kind of mentioned that, because I can't help but think that the line of Ruby mentioned her mom being a hustler. Yeah, it runs in the family, right? That hustling gene. How we doing, Karen? We found it cool. My two favorite YouTubers loving this series, but that Ruby, she's yeah. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself on the channel, guys. So I love that he's here with us tonight talking about the show. So let's see what other topics that I have on the docket. We talked about our favorite characters in the second half, but I guess kind of in the same vein, in the sense of, what do we think of as far as your favorite moments from episodes 6 through 9? Is there something that kind of stood out for you, man, as far as like just a moment that you'll just never forget?
Moment I'll never forget. Yes, episode 8, where Jigabobo, where the cops pulled the gun off on Tick, and he had his hands up.
Yeah.
And they still shot him anyway. And even when it comes to current event things, like we know how it goes. Like the hands up, they shoot him anyway, and the end result is Tick just dying, and they're just gonna cover it up. But when that Shagat came out and started destroying them, I loved every second of it, because he had his hand, like they could have, like, had they not shot him, they would have lived. But they went ahead and pushed past, and I'm sitting here like, that's what they get, because they already shot up Letty's house. And I'm like, so had the cops just not been assholes, they would have lived. So I just love that moment.
That moment to me really reminded me so much of episode 1, where it was just kind of like that moment where, again, you just brought up the cops. They were going to kill them in the woods, Uncle George, Letitia, and Tick. But those monsters, they came out at the last minute. It was just such a crowd pleasing moment. And that moment in episode 8 was just as fantastic, if not better, in regards to the stakes in the moment, and just such a great moment. I'm right there with you as far as like crowd pleasing moment. But I think for me, my favorite moment is probably last week's episode. It is not like favorite moment because it was just so entertaining, but the moment, again, going back to Dora's grandmother burning alive in front of her, them praying, the line that she says about her flesh, it was just the lines, the actress in that moment. Again, the camera, the director of that episode, whose name is slipping right now, they didn't shy away from showing that pain of her burning alive. Man,
more painful way to go.
Yeah, man. And also, like I said, just the idea of her sacrifice, knowing that she could have potentially saved her kids in the other room, her family in the other room, but she knew what it meant for the future. And again, like I said, as I mentioned in my review last week, it just hit me just thinking of our ancestors and what they've been through to save their legacy and their great grandkids in the future, man. So that moment for me was just still like one of the best moments. Again, not satisfying, not entertaining. It just hit me it wrecked me. It wrecked me last week, man. So that definitely comes to mind as one of my favorite moments of the back half of the season, which kind of brings me to, and also everyone in the chat, make sure you guys let us know your favorite moments of episodes 6 through 9 that you really enjoyed. But brings me to my next question for you, man, as well as everyone in the chat. Favorite episode back half?
This is a lot harder than the first 5.
Deju, Daegu, episode 6, episode 7, I Am, Jigabobo, and then Rewind 1921, man. What's been the standout episode for you so far this back half?
This is hard. It's, to me, especially with the last 3, I Am, Jigabobo, and Rewind, that's hard.
They hit us with back to back to back, man. Yeah.
Whew. I need a sec, because this is hard.
I'm just reading some of these comments here while you think about it. It's talking more about her running game on Christina. Ruby getting in her car with Christina looked like Tupac in the car with Suge Knight. Ruby's always coming for Tick's neck. You got her back in the war, and we're supposed to work. Wait. When was he supposed to go to work with Ruby? Interesting. Do you think Christina cares about her? But to what extent, we don't know. Yeah, very true. So did you get one, man? You got an episode that sticks out to you, man?
I'm gonna go with Jigabobo,
episode 8. Okay. Any particular reasons that really kind of stand out for you on episode?
I felt like all the episodes was so hard to choose, but because of the setting. Because remember, that episode, it was hot. So like
hottest day of the summer, Chicago. Yeah.
And you could like watching it, like it felt like, I said in my video, it felt like the heat was another character. Like you felt the intensity and the heat of the air. You felt the city felt like it was about to explode with the cops on the streets. The funeral, everyone going to see Emmett Till's body, plus D getting chased around town, and every character like you saw the end game coming, everyone doing their own thing, but like it felt like at any moment things could just go haywire, and it was hard.
Yeah, man, that's a great point. Again, this show doesn't hold any punches regarding the showing a little bit of the funeral of Emmett Till, showing the aftermath of that. Our characters, and that's what I love with I think it was me. No, it wasn't Misha Green. I don't think she directed that episode, but whoever directed that episode, I love that they continue to use the death of Emmett Till throughout the episode. It wasn't just like a title to be so excited and to see what they were going to do with Emmett Till, but they've actually, characters felt that death. Dee felt it. We had Ruby falsify maybe her emotions, but still kind of it evoked some type of emotion for her, and seeing other characters being affected by that. So I think that is a very powerful episode. And also, the Topsy characters were really kind of creepy. I had some gripes with some of the, the breaking of the fourth wall, but there's, it's not a minor thing. But overall, seeing Dee coming at Captain Lancaster and fucking pig walking out of the office. I love Dee in that episode, man, and hopefully we'll get more of her in next week's finale. But yeah, episode 8 is definitely top tier for me. But out of these last 4 episodes, man, I think again that back half of Rewind 1921 is some of the most powerful, impactful stuff I've seen on TV in such a long time. The first half, which I talked about in my review, was some of the reveals. The conclusion of Captain Lancaster's storyline just kind of felt a little underwhelming. Yeah. The chick finding out who his dad is felt a little bit, we were waiting weeks for these reveals, and it just didn't stick the landing for me.
Yeah, like it was just like a throwaway with Tick's dad. Like you just might not be my son, and then Hippolyta shows up, and we're just off to the next.
So that first half keeps that episode from being like almost perfect. So with that, man, this might be a surprise for you all. I might go with Me and Daegu, man. Because I thought through and through, again, that episode didn't hit like emotionally as some of these other ones, like I mentioned, like the Black trauma. But in regards to the Korean culture, man, seeing another side of Korean culture on the big screen, and Gia's relationship of this interracial relationship on the screen, and seeing that chemistry between the two was really great. I thought it was like a true, like, out of all the episodes, were like the most self-contained episode, and it felt like it was a
full narrative.
Exactly, man. And we know that this is an anthology series. I thought that was like the strongest episode from beginning to end. But
I can agree with that wholeheartedly. From beginning to end, it's one story, like the fact that it was self-contained, like you said, it didn't jump around. It's one contained narrative that has beginning, middle, and end, and it just works.
Yeah, 100. But again, this back half, that's another discussion for another day. Which 5 episodes were the strongest? Narrative.
It's definitely the back half. It's definitely the back half. Yeah.
So I think
episode 1 is still my favorite episode overall.
Yeah, which was a question earlier. Yeah.
The back half.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Let's see. I would love to know more about Ruby and Letty's upbringing. Ruby said that, that's a question too that I think that I mentioned earlier about maybe like little plots that maybe not get addressed next week, which is the father of Letitia. Who's her father? Is he part of the Sons of Adam? Is he a police officer? I mean, like what, or a white police? Like, because she's very fair skinned compared to her dark skinned sister, and also her half brother. Her brother is darker skinned. So I wonder, is Letitia maybe?
She's younger than both of them, right?
Yeah, man. So I mean, I would love to see if we dive into that. Of her backstory. That would be really interesting. The tracking shot was amazing. The action movement, and headache and the payoff and beautiful. The edge of my seat. I assume, Justin, you're talking about maybe the last episode. But
with the fire brigade.
Unforgettable moments, everything about the Topsy, watching Hippolyta tap into her inner warrior, practicing with that episode again, the I Am was very a liberating episode, no doubt, and just a really beautiful episode as well. So this show has been unpredictable. Crazy theory. What if Christina is what if Christina is Black, and part of her first is living as a white woman / man herself, and now passing the baton? Nicole, I like where your head's at. I don't know logically speaking, if that comes into again. I know this is a theory, nothing time, but is there an angle you see in this comment by Miss Nicole?
Christina's Black, but her first is living as a white woman, white man.
because we
That
know
would
that
be her mother would be
Adam, yeah, I mean, she was opposed herself as a white woman, which I mean may explain some of the sons of Adam having a little comments behind her back, of like, oh, Christina, this, that. Man, that would be.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
That is very interesting, man. It's kind of making me think a little bit because we all know a lot of those, especially the slave masters of Hannah. She tight slept with the black woman. I mean, maybe that was something that they continue to do.
That's interesting.
Very interesting theory, Nicole. I like where your head's at, and that would be something if that is revealed next week. I tell you that. We'll definitely give you full props on that one, Nicole, if that does come into fruition. Can we talk about the ending of episode 8 going into the episode 9? It's like the whole block looked like nothing happened. So the end of episode 8,
when the Shagaths went wild on
yes.
the cops.
There's a lot of things about that neighborhood that's a little bit questionable, Jay. Like, first off, there were 3 white men missing in episode 3, and no one thought to go to the house where the black people were. I thought that was interesting. And there's a lot of things about that neighborhood that's just a little bit questionable. What's your thoughts on that?
I just feel like
a monster literally coming out of the ground and no one has anything.
I think it's a part of Lovecraft at this point. Like they just brush over the logistics of things.
Right.
I think that's what it is. Because you would think it'd be a bigger commotion. Like there's neighbors, they would see the Shagath and the cars flag around.
Hey, it's magic, people. It's magic. Maybe it's just outside people, they don't even know what's going on. You got the man in black neutralizer and people don't remember, who knows, but that is a good point, Jay. I think, and like Shalom was just saying, it is a matter of there's very orthodox approach about these episodes where it's none of them have really narratively speaking, character speaking, they've connected, but from story to story, they're just kind of different. And it's kind of you just said, you kind of brush it on the rug, but you bring up some good points, Jay, for sure. Episode 3, when Liddy called upon the spirits. I mean that was the moment when she became my favorite character. Eve was going on Eve. I love episode 5 and 6. Episode 5 was Strange Case. Episode 6 being Meet Me and Jay. Those are some great back-to-back hitters for sure. I wonder if we'll meet in Deju as a backdoor pilot for a spinoff. Spinoff for Gia and her 99 souls. But
with Asian mythology and Asian culture.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's a lot of potentiality. I think that was a great character, and I would love to see her come back in the finale. But yeah, spinoff, give it to me. I'll take it. Episode 8 and 9 for Jay. Some great episodes there. Yes, love the science of Letitia, Liddy calling the spirits of in episode 8. Me and Deju. Yeah, those just some great episodes. I Am for E Cube. I Am Hippolyta is very compelling and powerful. Definitely. Episode 1 was incredible. Love episode 3. So yeah, you guys got some good ones for sure. So, which brings me to another question for the panel as well as the chat. Where are we here? Has there been something in particular for you, Shalon, that just hasn't worked for you in the second half? Let me move this here. As far as just narratively speaking, character-wise, the lack of questions being answered. Has there been something that's kind of hasn't hit you well as far as the second half of this season?
Yeah. When it comes to we talked about the connective tissue of the episodes, I feel like episode 8 and 9 were the only episodes, but aside from 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 8 and 9 are the ones that actually have connective tissue. Yeah. So we have, for example, with for example, me and Daegu really didn't have a follow-up. We saw her in episode Jigabobo, but it's the connective tissue between the episodes. The Lancaster thing was episode 5, and then followed up with this episode. With the totem that she put there. It's to me, it's the connective tissue, if you will. Hippolyta going to that other universe and spending time with George,
right?
And then now George is gone again. It's I'm confused a little bit.
Yeah, there is that sense of or lack of connective tissue from one episode to the next, and like we just mentioned, we didn't get the resolution to Lancaster till last week, and we were introduced to him in episode 3 with Letitia in the back of the police truck. We got him again in episode 5, then we get his conclusion last week, and it kind of feels a little disjointed. So when we get that reveal, it's just kind of like, okay, well, that was kind of. We wish we would have got that a little bit earlier, and there's still. I don't know, man. Help me out with this. Is there still kind of confusion around Lancaster? The guy in the closet,
like the guy in the closet was white. So
right.
Why was he in there? And because he like I understand if he was black, I could understand they're using him for parts.
Yeah.
Understand, but it was a white guy. And it's like, okay, why is that happening? And the fact that Lancaster wasn't I think Christina said Lancaster wasn't inducted as a formal member of the order, and how does that play out? And the fact that there's
and he had to kill William to take his lodge. Like, is there no politics behind, no consequences of him doing that?
Yeah, exactly. Because it seemed like this William's death happened before the show, so it's like there's a few things in the mythology that's like
hasn't been fully fleshed out or explained.
Yeah.
He watched a lot of TV. Again, his channel is called the Binge Zone, ladies and gentlemen, because he watched a lot of TV. So there are some things that you can kind of sweep under the rug, but there are just kind of why bring things into the show if you're never going to really fully explain them or answer them. And yes, it's nice, it's cool, it's visually stunning, but it's just like we would payoff. Is there going to be a payoff to that? And
I think the payoff. That's what it is.
So there are little things like that. And again, I hope they address Hannah's situation. I hope they address the full capacity of the Book of Names. I hope they address Dora.
Dora. They never, Montrose and George never mentioned their mother. And I'm wondering for that. There was the Book of Names. There's also the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead that they mentioned that wasn't addressed. And ultimately, it's like, okay, so Christina's lodge essentially broke down or whatever.
Right.
But did Montrose let us know that there was lodges across the country?
Mostly at 34, I think. Yeah.
And what do they play in it? Because I'm assuming everyone wants the Book of Adam.
Right.
And how does that play into things? And it's just, I don't know. Like, there's a few things I would like to be touched up on more.
It will be interesting too. You just brought up the lodges. If they came somehow to try to take the Book of Names, because they know that Tick has it, they have the location of it now, that it's in the possession of the Freeman family. And I wonder if the other 34 lodges will be kind of a one for all, every man for himself to get this book, and we'll get like the battle of, what's the Lovecraft, the big creature, Cthulhu. Yeah, if it comes up somehow. So that'll be a pretty epic, finale if that's the case. But something you also mentioned that stuck out to me was the mother of, I don't know why the mother of Tick, or the mother of Montrose and George. I don't know why that stood out to me. Like, that is a very interesting thing that we've never heard anything about her. If it was, one night stand and he's a single father, or again, getting really sci-fi heavy. We know that this show has time travel, and Tick was able to be the man, the Jackie Robinson, which I love that moment. Could I don't want to say Hippolyta had a kid with, their dad, but she had, she said she was gone for 200 years. I don't know why I'm thinking of Captain America in Endgame, how he lived his life with Peggy Carter and had his life with her. I don't think, I'm totally theorizing. I don't think that she would have a relationship with their father, but what if that was their mother? And then that means that George had a child with his mom.
Once you introduce time travel, that's on the table.
Dark, right?
Yeah. Once you introduce time travel, it's all on the table.
Yeah. So I mean, that'll be really interesting to see who their mother is. If it was Hannah, if she time traveled and fell in love with their father, I don't know. I don't know why that's standing out to me in regards to who their parents could be, as well as who's the father of Letitia. I don't know, man. This is sounding like we need a season 2.
Yeah, right.
more than season 2, man. Let's see here. I brought up some, the unanswered question. We talked about some of those things. Like, this is something that stuck out to me. I saw it online. Does Tick have the mark of Cain? And the reason that was brought up was an episode, I think it was Jigabobo, when he travels to St. Louis to visit a cousin or whatever, and he saw that mark on his back and saw that same mark on a family member's arm. Is that their mark of Cain? Is that their invulnerability spell in a certain extent.
It might be their own. It might be the mark of, like, instead of the mark of Cain, the mark of Hannah. If you think about it, because
Yeah.
every time they try to do a ritual with Hannah's bloodline, all people who were involved died, but the people, like the Tick, for example, was guided out to safety. So it might be something that she's watching over them. So that's the family mark is Hannah's protection over them, if you will.
Yeah, I think so, man. I wonder if that's, and again, I'm still very curious on Hannah's, where she's been. We assume she died, many, many years later, but did she? She has this book of names, and Dora. I still think Dora is going to make an appearance some way, somehow. Maybe teach her son some magic, maybe. And we'll see what comes to it. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Shalot, there's been no mention of how she died. She just died. So I think, and Justin, episode, I think, a lot of us, like you said, I think episode 1 for a lot of us still kind of kicked our ass, seeing, so those 9 nails or something had to be paused for a second. Yeah, the creation of the top 2 girls were very well put together. I agreed. And Daedrew, to me, like I said earlier, was fantastic. Episode 1 drew me in. It kept me going 100%. Mimi and I got a lot of people that liked that episode as well. Daedrew, yep. Let's see here. Ruby did make a point of Letitia not sharing the last name in Holy Ghost. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Who the dad?
I think Letty might have a different dad from her brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably why we feel a type of way with her, because she's more light bright, if you will.
100%, man. That's again. What is her father white? That will be, is it a member of the Adam of the Order of Adams? Yeah. Is it? Hell, was it William that impregnated her mom years ago or something? Who knows? I don't think there's enough time to dive into Letitia and Ruby's background. A new reveal would be kind of a throw in and tricky and effective way to pull off another. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Again, if the HBO schedule is to be right in regards to 1 hour, that is something to throw in something new in the mix would be maybe not stick the landing. First episode still best. Yeah, Courtney B. Vance was great, man. Uncle George definitely left a great impression for us all. Let's see if maybe we get another season of episodes, can stand off episodes, meeting Daedrew and explore different countries and characters, interaction with magic. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of creative people that are working on this show. So, all right, let me see here. Got some great stuff in the comments. Again, guys, continue to drop in your questions, your theories, your predictions, and we'll make sure to address them, guys. So, unanswered questions, again, kind of on that theme about the mark of Cain. Will we meet... will Letitia and Tick meet their son in the flesh? Like, will they have a moment where they will legit meet their son, whether it be in the future or Tick dies and Letitia, we have a scene where she's older and meets him? What's your thoughts on them meeting their son, George Freeman?
Oh, will they meet him? I think Letty would have to, but I'm not sure about Tick, because I'm uncertain with Tick's fate, because part of me thinks he's gonna live, but part of me thinks he's gonna die, and I'm not sure how that works, or if he's gonna be trapped in the Book of Names and maybe he's watching over his son. Like, there's so much possibility.
Yeah,
but I think Letty would definitely meet him. With Tick, I don't know.
Iffy on that. Yeah, I mean, another thing too, like you just mentioned, man, it always gets me nervous when you throw in time travel. To me, it's just like, if Hippolyta has 200 years worth of time traveling, wouldn't she know all of the different outcomes? Again, Doctor Strange, wouldn't she know? In this alternate universe, Tick dies. In this universe, he lives. Like, wouldn't you think she would know how to reverse Tick dying? But time travel, man, it's complicated. But I would like a nice little moment, just like we got Montrose and Tick having a moment in the alley about being his son. I would love Tick having a moment, even though we haven't met his son. It would be kind of like, we don't have that emotional connection to George Freeman, but it would still be nice to have Tick saying, like, I got your kid, or continue the legacy, or, take care of your mama. Some scene of them two would be great if he does die, if he ultimately sacrifices his life like his great-great-grandmother did. He has to die in order for his legacy and his family to be protected. Be kind of a nice way for our hero of the story, who, kind of on a side note, Jonathan Majors, incredible actor. Is it me? Have you felt like he has been great in the season. He's had some great moments, the Jackie Robinson moment, the Gia episode. But has Tick kind of lost some of your interest in like the main protagonist of the story and the character, or you still like feel like he's the strong character? Like, what do you feel about Tick?
I lost my interest halfway through episode 2. I feel like
I'm right there, man. Yeah.
Characters, he's the least interesting, the least dynamic.
Yeah.
And I can't think of like when you think of the other characters, like you think of why you like Letty as your favorite character, why I like Montrose, why people like Ruby, Uncle George, Courtney B. Vance is like people like him, like, but I don't think I've met or spoken to a Tick fan. Like he just
I know one, a good friend of mine, Shalana from Pay Her Way. She loves Tick, and I think some of it is because of his physique. He's a very good-looking gentleman, so I know she has that type of interest in him. But I think she's a fan, and I like Tick. Don't get me wrong, because I think again, Jonathan Majors.
No, Jonathan Majors is amazing. Like I've seen him and all that stuff. Like he's amazing, but I feel like the story itself doesn't lend to much credence to Tick. Like if anything, I think like if Tick dies as a character, right? I don't think anyone's bothered.
I gotta admit, man, I'm right there with you, bro. And I think that's because the other characters in the show, Letitia, Montrose, Ruby, even Uncle George to an extent, Dee, Hippolyta, these characters have gotten these like really interesting arcs within their episode. And I feel like Tick is just there for the ride, which again, I think the show does such a great job of writing women. I think, again, Meet Your Green, writing for women. The women in the show are like so awesome, so badass, so complex, so layered. And not that the show doesn't focus on the men characters, but I feel like the women are just so much more stronger and complex than a character like Tick. So I think I don't think that it's like a bad thing or a good thing, but I think the focus just isn't on that quote unquote hero of the story. There's so many other heroes. There's so many other characters that make the show.
You would think Tick would be the prototypical protagonist, like he has the physique. The story really is about him. Like the thing is, that's the crazy part about Tick. The story is about Tick. Like he's the main character. Like, he's the central plot line.
Right.
But like every other character is just far more interesting. It's like the story happens to Tick, and the other characters influence the story. If that makes sense. Like when Montrose gets involved, Montrose happens to the story. Letty happens to the story, and the story happens to Tick. Like he's just being moved around wherever.
I agree, man. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there. And again, nothing against Jonathan Majors. I think he's been great in the role, but I don't think the show is. I'll say this: I don't think the show is reliant on Tick. Like he's not a Jon Snow, where it's like he has to be the last guy standing. He has to be the hero of all the characters. I think these characters are just so well written on their own that they can save themselves, save their own families. So I think that's just kind of part of the story.
He doesn't have a standout moment. Not to cut you off, but he doesn't have a standout moment. Like I can't think of any memorable, like besides the I Gotcha Kid was one thing, but like in comparison to other memorable moments from other characters, like Ruby in the skin shedding and her talking, even Letty and all the stuff Letty does, even Montrose and the things, even Hippolyta's episode, these episodes, I don't think Tick has that moment. You're like, damn.
Yeah, no, I agree. I did love that, and I think we even talked about it when we did the stream last month. That wouldn't it be cool if he had that, the Jackie Robinson moment. So I mean, it was very crowd pleasing. But yeah, besides that, I don't think he had like such a great Hippolyta moment or Letitia moment or things like that. But still a great character, and I hope he has a great ending. Hopefully, in next week's finale, man. I'm just looking through these. You guys have been awesome. We got 86 people in the live. So thank you again, guys, for tuning in with me and Shalon on this Wednesday evening talking about Lovecraft Country. So if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Continue the lively conversation in the chat. If you guys want, super chats live are available for any questions you guys have for the panel, Streamlabs as well as PayPal, but also my good friend Shalon, man, his links are in the bio, guys. If you haven't already, subscribed to his channel. As you guys can see, this man knows what he's talking about. Very knowledgeable, talks about a lot of content. So show him some love and subscribe to his awesome channel. So let's see, what are we talking about here? The guy in the closet might know something disclosed. Yeah, that could be the case, but we really didn't get that much. Another thing too is like Lancaster and the Ori figure. Like, what was his end game with that? What did he want to do with that? go back in time and just make a bunch of racist kids over the generation and wipe out black people. Like, I don't know what his goal was. I hope George comes back. We'll see. We'll see if maybe Vance makes a comeback, because George, yeah, he was great, man. I love me some Uncle George, man. Let's see here. I think we talked about it, but just a little bit more in depth, I guess. Christina, immortality spell. We talked about the age, and maybe she won't, be able to she'll continue to age, but she will be invulnerable. But what is her end game, Shalon? So she gets the book of names. She kills Tick. She wants to live the first. She wants to do everything in the first. And I think we talked about it in the stream last month. Does she want to go back in time and rewrite history? The Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, different complex duality in regards to how women are perceived in the world, being second to men, being the last ones to be able to have a job, not being able to vote, not be able to have their voice spoken. Is she going to change that? What's Christina's end game, man?
I think Christina, I do think she wants to change that, but ultimately, the more I'm looking at it, I feel like Christina has a God complex, if you will. Like, she wants to be she wants to be the first. She wants to be immortal. She wants to have all the magic. At the end of the day, like, Christina wants to be in charge and have like a God complex. Like, she wants to be the raison d'etre. Like, everything revolves around her, and
right.
And all her goals are to raise her up to this level where no one can ever step on her, put her down, and maybe even change society to a more matriarchal society.
Yeah,
well, of course, with her being the head matriarch in charge.
Right.
So essentially, it's a God complex. Like, when she said that her father knew magic, but she thought so, like, he had such small imagination. Like, her mind for magic, like what she could do with the magic, is so much grander than anything they had in mind. And I feel like she just wants to run shit. Like, she wants to be the immortal goddess that everyone bows before.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. And it'll be so interesting to see. Again, we've seen these movies where the super villain or the villain or the protagonist has their speech, like, and she kind of had that with Ruby last week, but to see that come into fruition with Tick's sacrifice and seeing her ultimate end game and her having the book of names and seeing that in its full glory would be something nice to see next week. And I hope we hopefully get that, man. We talked a little bit about this earlier about why he killed Yahimi. Misha Green has come out on Twitter and kind of said she kind of dropped the ball in that storyline. We still don't really know why she did it. I mean, I wish I would have pulled up the article. She kind of explained what the reasoning was, and I don't want to misquote her, but there was a little explanation, but she did admit that it wasn't fully fleshed out as it could have been in explaining what happened to her and, why he killed, Yahimi and where the hell is the body and stuff like that. But again, they unfortunately kind of dropped the ball on that storyline. Yep. And this is where, Misha Green addressed it, admitting to mishandling character, which I appreciate. Pour out. Again, and I appreciate Misha Green coming out and saying that. There's a lot of movie directors. Yeah. There's the ego, like, I don't do anything wrong. That you were wrong for thinking it's wrong. But I love that Misha Green has come out and said that they dropped the ball. I appreciate that about her, and so excited to see her career to continue to prosper. Let's see here. Narratively, I wish they would have went into Liddy and Ruby's mom. The voodoo. Yeah, I wonder if she's gonna come back. The voodoo. Priestess episode in front of Liddy's mom later in episode 7. Christina's family is a part of the whole. Yeah, that is a comment that she made to her. Sorry, that is, again, man, it's about family. It's about family history and stuff like that. Man, if we get this family affair of Letitia's dad coming in the mix, and who knows, man, but that is something, again, I would love to have gotten a little bit more backstory on Letitia and Ruby's upbringing and their family and their father and stuff like that. I mean, we met her brother in episode 1 and haven't seen him again at all. So yeah, it is something that would be nice to see. Bringing everyone wants. I want George back too, but I think we've seen the last of Courtney B. Vance, unfortunately. I don't think Tick will die. I think that last secret he mentioned in the trailer, which none of us have watched, unfortunately, in episode 10, will be a way for him to cheat or to beat death. Well, yeah, again, we unfortunately, or not unfortunately, me and Shalon, we haven't watched the trailer just for we can have an element of surprise. But if that is something that he mentioned in the trailer, I have one last secret. I don't know, man. What's that secret? Got another baby. Again, that vision, man. I'm going back to Gia's vision. We saw him go. He left Chicago. He slept with a woman that we haven't seen.
Yeah, that's not Letty.
Yeah, we saw him on that kind of contraption, looking like that's how he's gonna die. But I wonder what other secret Tick has up his sleeve. When Tick came out of the portal, maybe it's another Tick, and that Tick that we know in our timeline is out.
Yeah, in the time, whatever.
Yeah. What's that secret, man? What's Tick got up his sleeve, man? We'll see, man. Liz says yes. I'm no longer interested in Tick. Hey, man, there's nothing against the actor, the character. I think that the show just has a little bit more compelling characters.
Yeah.
I agree with Shalon. The symbol is definitely for protection. Hannah clearly did not want her descendants to be involved in witchcraft magic because Granny never opened the book. Yeah. I hope we get some more of Hannah next week. Is it possible that they use the Book of Names to fool Christina when it comes to sacrificing Tick? Is it? I mean, they
have it and she doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows that they have it.
I'm a fan of the way Tick. Hey, man, I'm a woman lover to the death of me, but Tick, man, it's a good looking dude, man. He stays with Tick, man. Definitely hits the gym as often as he can, man. Definitely. We're gonna have to doing that with Marvel now. You know, those superheroes got to stay fit every day of the year. I enjoy Tick here. Yeah, and we're not saying we don't enjoy Tick. It's just like wise.
The hierarchy of characters. He's just
Yeah. Let's see. And then let's see here. What other questions that I have here? I guess we can just kind of jump into this portion of the stream here, which is just predictions, theories for next week's finale, my friend. Is there anything off the top that you can think of that, as far as theories that you would like to see that you came up with that you would like to see come to fruition next week, man?
The one theory I have is I think that Montrose is gonna use the transformation spell to become Tick and trick Christina.
Ooh.
Because Montrose already, like last episode, he even told Lenny, like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, like, to protect Tick. And the episode before, he told Tick, I'm gonna protect you and your unborn child. So like, and Montrose is not above family. Like I feel like Montrose would kill himself or sacrifice himself to save his family. And he still remembers the words of Uncle George: protect the family, save the family.
Yeah, man, that's a great point. And also, I mean, it's called Full Circle next week. And I mean, we've seen multiple family members sacrifice their lives for the greater good or for their legacy. So, I mean, and he said those words. You're right, Shalon, that I would do whatever it takes to protect my family. I guess the interesting thing would be how, did he go to Ruby to get the potion? Did he give something to Christina to get some of that potion? I was always a fan of thinking the idea that the white guy that Ruby put that stiletto hill up his ass, that he still had the potion in his office because he never gave her back the perfume. So I don't know if he threw it out, and I don't know how Montrose would have got that, but that would be an interesting twist, man. And I think that storyline that you just mentioned, Sean, I think someone's going to not be themselves. I think someone is going to be in someone else's skin with that potion. Yeah. Pretending to be someone, pretending to do something. Hell, it could be Christina transforms to Ruby for whatever reason to get the Book of Names. She takes we talked about her grand plan and her pretending to be on Ruby's side, but maybe she takes her out, takes her blood, and pretends to be Ruby. I mean, who knows, man? I think that will be coming back in the finale. Maybe we are watching one of the universes and everything reset. I don't know if I like this one here, but let's consider because I hate when it's like it's all a dream or it's another reality. It's like such a easy cop out. Just like Diana's arm, sort of sci-fi Groundhog's Day. Why? In an attempt to people to learn from the past. I love the sentiment, Nicole. I love the idea. You've had some great comments in this live stream, but if they do it where it's just like at the end, they pull out, we go to this other universe and we see our characters at a dinner table eating, laughing, like nothing happened. That would just feel so like cheap.
I felt like I thought about that recently too. I thought about like not necessarily them in a different universe, not necessarily that way, but the same way. For example, like Hippolyta would take her family into a universe where things are better for Black people, if you will. And
they were on that planet, man. That worldly planet. Yeah.
She's Erythian blue now, so she traverses space and time. So she probably came And she's like, this plane of existence sucks for us, but like there's a place where we're higher evolved, higher up the food chain. Like we have the book of names. Like let's just leave.
I like that, man, because we were talking about Christina changing the dynamic of men and women, but what if Hippolyta does that in a way where Black people don't get on the boat? We don't become slaves.
Yes.
Hannah, that's what Hannah's been doing all this time. Maybe she has had this utopia planet or else world where Black people are treated equally. Maybe they're just the only people on the planet. I mean, that would be something groundbreaking, right? Just kind of showing that trauma, and we have a peaceful land where Black people
because we see how the person that she went to go meet, this Afrofuturist goddess, is like, this is what it would be, unencumbered, uninterrupted, if you will, calling back to the previous episodes.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope, man. Laundry Day says, do you think we kind of talked about this a couple of times in regards to a potential season 2? Not this story, but an anthology. Yeah, we kind of talked about it. Check out the replay. But yeah, I mean, we would definitely, both of us have said it would be cool to see a season 2, but it's not necessary. And honestly, creatively speaking, I don't know where they could go. Yes, they can have more characters, anthology style, but I don't know. We'll see, man. Because again, I would love to see Misha Green continue to grow her legacy and her name, because she's definitely got a home run off this show for sure. Some other things I had, Hippolyta, and this we talked about a little bit, but Hippolyta, she time travels. Will she? What do you think her part in the finale would be, Shalon, as far as Hippolyta goes?
It's like I said just a few minutes ago, like either taking them somewhere else, or just leaving in general. But like I feel like that's another thing. I'm like, how do you tie in Hippolyta to the finale, because she has time traversing motherboard powers? It's kind of hard to see like how Christina succeeds, because like you have this badass Swiss Army knife team of characters, and it's like Letty, Tick, Hippolyta, D, Montrose, and we know Montrose is not above killing somebody. So like it's so much people there.
I hope Hippolyta has a pivotal part in the finale. I hope that we'll see what comes of D getting this spell temporarily lift or permanently removed, but I would love to see Hippolyta be a pivotal part in next week's finale for sure. There was something I saw, something about Gia. Someone had mentioned, where was it at? I like this. Jay says Tick will be the ending to Christina, like Tony to Thanos. That'd be funny. Someone had mentioned something about Gia, where it was like they would love to see sleep with Will. Oh, here it is. I would like to see Gia have sex with William. That would be interesting. Take Christina's soul.
Right.
I wonder. I mean, and that was actually, I think, a question I had. What will the roles of Gia and Diana and Montrose play in the finale, and particularly with going off of that last comment with Gia? Do we see her having a big role next week, man?
I don't see Gia nor Diana having a big role, actually. Montrose is different because Montrose has had a big role since his introduction in the second episode, but like for some reason, like part of me doesn't see how Gia would fit into it, because Tick already told her to buzz off, and and it's like, how would she know what's going on if they're not talking to her? She doesn't necessarily know their brand of magic and what's happening on this side.
I don't know what her role would be if she was to reappear. I don't know if we would see her in the form of the Kohimo Fox or her helping Tick out in that form or whatnot. But I don't know. I don't really know what her role would be in the finale. D, we talked about the metal arm potentially and her being her own kind of superhero in a certain sense. Now having, being on the edge of death and what that can mean to that character. I don't know what she will do next week. And Montrose, I think you hit it on the head, man. Him maybe taking the form of his son and making that ultimate sacrifice. But we'll see, man. Only time will tell. We're only a couple days away from the finale, ladies and gentlemen. How is Tick going to Arnhem? Is the house still broke down? The house is definitely broke down.
It's Hippolyta, but like it's magic, so like Christina probably just
exactly right. or go into the time machine and go back to the house. Or I mean, they're rich; they have another house, probably. Some
Right.
other machine or contraption they can use. I wonder what happened to the cop Tick through. That was something I actually mentioned in my review. Like, I wonder if that police officer like went into some timeline and created, some alternate universe. But I think that's one of those minor. He just threw him in there to throw him in there to get him out of the way. I don't think that's really up into the season at all. But it was something I thought about. Let's see. Could Liddy take the potion to reappear as Atticus? It will fool Christina, and she would have. I like
that's
that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Tick would want to put his, mother of his child in harm's way, but that is a good one. I guess I'm still just kind of confused on, she's going to use Tick to get his blood, drain his blood, which is going to kill him. But it's just like, again, the book of names and what that finale looks like, I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, that is a nice little theory there in regards to, again, I think that someone's not going to be someone in the finale.
Definitely.
We can expect. Jay says, I hope they explain the robot arm that Tick was talking. Yeah, and again, I think Shalon mentioned, and I mentioned in my review too, in regards to, it could be D. Her arm temporarily, the spell's still there. Her arm's decayed and not the same. Could be Hippolyta. Could be, one of these missing parents that we've been talking about. Could be Hannah. It could be Iron Man. Who knows? We'll see. Let's see here. I want to see an episode where it shows what happened to Tick. Yeah, that's what we just talked about what he saw, and I think he said he saw white people rioting. I don't know if it alludes to him being how far in the future his son. I would imagine if this is the 50s, 1955, he's probably in the 80s. White people rioting. I don't know what event that would have caused white people to be doing, unless again the time is altered where white people are black people in this new timeline, and they're the ones.
Yes, he's in 2019.
Yeah.
The tiki torches.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, if they go that far into the future, that would be pretty wild.
Future, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see the heroes rent. Everyone stays alive. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get that, but I mean, it would be nice because this is, a different story. This isn't the black people didn't die first, right? This show, so they might.
Speaking of the black, what's funny is the fact that with all the time travel shows, like the black people are the only people who travel through time and they fuck shit up. Like they didn't touch anything. They didn't mess up the timeline.
Right. They didn't invest into some company or something. So, Purple Queen Sugar says, I think Tick knows exactly how it's going to play out. I don't think he will die, but he can't tell anyone because it may. Yeah, that is the rules of time travel to not affect the future. He has traveled to the future, so he does kind of ultimately know what may be going down and just doesn't want to tell anyone. That does sound about Tick. I mean, we all know these characters like to lie to each other. So, and that, I mean, again, going to that comment earlier, none of us have seen the trailer, but apparently in the trailer he says, I have one more secret. And that, could be that secret. Hippolyta and D will play a big part, just as the name stakes. Yeah, in Marvel Cinematic. Well, they're Wonder Woman and her mom, so the DC universe, they are superheroes, so it'll be interesting to see if they save the day. I think Hippolyta will take Diana through the portal to save her life to replace her arm. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I can see that.
I hope the cop is a slave. Yeah, that'd be funny if he goes to that planet or that realm with the warriors, and they see this white man on their planet. That would be a funny little Easter egg or like a end credit scene. But other than that, I think that was kind of my last question I had. And I think we discussed it ad nauseum in regards to if there was a season 2. I guess just kind of the nail in the coffin, final comments around this season 2, and everyone in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts. I guess the question is, will there be a season 2, and do you want a season 2?
I don't think there'll be a season 2. I do want a season 2. Yeah. I don't think there will be, because I feel like the way the story is working, it would be hard for them to, because they've already done so much in one season. They time traveled. They've explored every character. Like they've gotten you would think if they saved some of the characters for the second season, but they haven't introduced any other bad guys besides Christina and Lancaster, and Lancaster's dead now. So the antagonists are taken care of. We done time traveled already. We done did everything you could possibly do all in one season. So I don't know if there's going to be a second season. I'd like one only if it's up to par with this season.
Right.
But then it's kind of another thing. It's kind of hard to also give a second season when by the season finale you have Hippolyta, a time traveling goddess.
Yeah.
You have characters with the Book of Names, the most powerful magical artifact in the show. It's like at this point there should be no one that could stand up to them or in their way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I don't know if we need a season 2. If I want a season 2, I would definitely support it, of course, and watch it every week and break it all down. But I think, and especially in today's climate, I mean, completely different show. But The Boys, they got greenlit for a season 3 before season 2 even premiered, right? And it got spinoffs and the success of the show. So I think Hollywood, normally speaking, when you have a hit show like Lovecraft Country, they would have probably announced a season 2.
Yeah, like
3-4 episodes ago.
It's already the third season. The second season not even out yet.
Exactly, man. So I don't know if that was, and again, it's one of those situations not to, bring up the bogus stuff Hollywood does to people of color, but HBO maybe didn't have the most faith in the show, right? Again, it did have J.J. Abrams attached to it, Jordan Peele, of course, but it was a new showrunner, Misha Green. So I don't know if they were even prepared to know how big this show. Again, I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but if I were a betting man, I'm pretty sure this is one of the most highest rated shows on Sunday compared to even, I mean, Walking Dead has been pretty dead for the last few years, but I think Lovecraft Country is like the show that people tunes into every Sunday. Yeah. So I think the numbers are there, but I don't know if HBO was like prepared for what this show has become. So will there be a season 2? I'm right there with you. I don't think there will be, unfortunately, guys, even though I know we love the show. We love the characters, but I don't think there will be. And do I want one? I don't even know if I even want one, other than like we talked about earlier, new creators, people of color behind the camera, new up and coming people on the big screen and, showing their acting and chops and them going off to Hollywood. That would be great to see, no doubt. But I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Man. We'll see though, because I mean there have been shows that have been hits and you don't get a season 2 announcement. Like right now, again, I was talking about The Outsider earlier. They didn't announce a season 2, but I read some article that they want to do a season 2 and they've written scripts for season 2. They just haven't officially greenlit, and that was a really popular show. So, and plus too, we know with COVID-19, some things have been canceled due to it, and productions have been halted. So. We'll see, man. We'll see. JB, this will be the ending. All right, so JB knows the ending. Let's see. Tick's girlfriend from the war will take the potion. It's for her and Gia, I assume. And Christina and her will have sex. And then her foxtails will come out and kill Christina.
That's interesting.
Hey, JB, if that happens, man, we'll give you all the props. I mean, it will be pretty cool if like literally the first scene that we saw in the season, if that is like the finale of the show, we see the war, we see Cthulhu, we see all these people. Yeah, right? That would be pretty crazy. But for Christina to be killed by Gia, I mean, that would be, I guess, poetic justice. But we'll see, man. We'll see, JB. I love the thought there. Maybe Christina may mess things up, and white people are the ones. That's and we mentioned that a little bit earlier, Nicole. If she does that, and again, her dad's tried it, Titus has tried it, and if they fail, but yeah, what if she does mess it up, and black people are the supremium, they're the white people of the new timeline. That would be crazy. Yes, I agree with you. Smash that like button, everybody. All 88 people still in the live stream. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Continue the conversation in chat. Subscribe to Shalon's channel. He got some great content over at the Binge Zone, and all those watching on the replay. If you do the same, be greatly appreciated. I don't think there would be a season 2, but I would love it. Yeah. Season 2 might be a different cast, story arc. Yeah, we kind of. That's what we're thinking too, Steven. I would love a season 2. They can do an American Horror thing. Yeah, but I will say, and I love me some American Horror to an extent, but it has there's some seasons that are kind of hit or miss. I love Sarah Paulson. I love that cast, but Ryan Murphy, those seasons are it's like you get a good season and it's like 4 seasons later till you get a really good one again. But,
right.
They're kind of milking that show, but I would love to, see more of the black people on the big screen. It outranked the Book of do you watch the Book of Ghost on Stars?
I'm watching Power, I think season 4.
Yeah, I never even got into it, man. I don't even know what is that. Is it doing good? Is it not doing good? But
I doubt it because I don't watch.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the sequel or spinoff. If you get a season 2, let's go big. I mean, let's jump into Lovecraft lore, let the actual Cthulhu level threat, and let's see the big bad be the King in Yellow. Okay, Justin, you want to go straight big budget every week blockbuster style. I don't think so. This is Lovecraft. Let's see here. Did Hannah place an enchantment over the book? When the birthrights have tried to use it in the past, they failed miserably every time, maybe more than just messing up the spells going on. Yeah, she could. I think Dora's great or grandmother said, here are the words to the book. So maybe there is some enchantment of if someone other than someone that's black opens this book, they're going to fail miserably. I love the ride. Give us some historical lessons as well. American Horror Story kept running bad now. Yeah, I haven't watched American Horror Story in years. I think D is the robot arm. Yeah, I think we've kind of hit that on the head too. And then Nicole says, per Variety Magazine, digital only Lovecraft debut delivered the second highest total of HBO premieres since Watchmen. Okay, and Chernobyl last year. I can believe it.
And those shows were huge.
Yeah. Love the ride. I think I already said that. Does anyone think that Ruby is going to betray either Christina or Letty? If you were a betting man, Shalon, who you think Ruby would be betraying first, man? Christina or Ruby? Or Christina or Letty? Her sister?
I want to say Christina because she's pretty adamant about protecting her sister.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, man. I think even though she's made some questionable decisions, I think at the end of the day, blood sticking in water, I think she would stick up for her sister, and if do it, she would protect her sister before Tick. We all know that, but definitely before Christina. So definitely be interested to see what comes of that. So, hey man, I don't want to keep you too long, man. I'll probably stay here for another 20 minutes or so. But Shalon, man, any final thoughts, comments, concerns, theories, man? What you got for the people, bro?
This show's good. Like this show is really good, and the fact that we can have this sort of discourse and we can have a show in this day and age where it represents us and our character and our trauma and our everything that we've gone through, and it on something like HBO and it having the budget and the backing of that behemoth behind it, and the fact that it's not your traditional slave movie a la Antebellum or something, right? Where it's where it's more so about empowerment, if you will, Black empowerment, Black magic, and how we are the protagonist. And so far, like we said, we laughed about it earlier, we didn't die first. And we're making it to the end, and we're time traveling, and you have the Hippolyta episode and showing things like that. Again, like the fact that we're in 2020 and we're getting this means that we're taking a step in the right direction when it comes to media. Like the cast we talked about earlier, the behind the cameras, the women, the Black women, people of color, writing team, Misha Green directing and show running and actually engaging with fans. Like a lot of times directors, like you can say whatever you want, they're not even going to answer you on Twitter. Like, but the fact that she's engaged,
someone hired to do these,
like she's like, I goofed on the Yahima thing, which is natural. Like we're human. Like like the optics, I understood what she was doing with it, but like the optics of the situation might have slipped her mind, and the fact that she addressed it, we messed up. And even when it comes to they came to the observatory, we had those in different cities. She even said, we goofed the cities too. Like
Kentucky and Kansas City, I think.
So the fact that that's happening and we have all of this going on, it's a great time to Watchmen into this. It's a great time for us in cinema and TV and in that space and in that sci-fi space, because there's so much Black sci-fi fans, and we never get to see ourselves in any of these. I'm excited to see what the future holds. Like we have Lovecraft. Who knows? Maybe we might have a story in which we'll go back to medieval times and it's a fantasy of people of color.
That would be dope, man. And I think too, like the comment Steven says here, ratings equal money /ego season 2. To that point, which is very true. We know money is the root of all evil, and money controls a lot of the Hollywood. But what I can see that as far as not making force in season 2, Mimi now has her name on the map, and now she can make another show outside of Lovecraft Country on HBO. Have some of maybe the cast members tackling another, like you said, another story that's out of Lovecraft's realm. So that can be that situation where now she's proven herself, and she can now talk about the stories that she has more passion or a passion project of hers to bring to the big screen or on television. So that can be the case as well. So who knows, man? But I think you summed it up perfectly in regarding We don't see this every day, guys. This isn't something that we see people of color having this opportunity to tell their stories and having the budget behind them as HBO and the platform of HBO Max and things like that. So this is big. This is something that hopefully we see more often than not. So Lovecraft is doing his thing. And yes, we've acknowledged it earlier in the stream. It has its flaws. It's not perfect. There's some logical things that don't make sense, but that's every show, every movie to be said. But I think at the end of the day, what me and Shalon have been saying this whole stream is that it's different. It has something to say, unlike, again, not to talk on Antebellum, which, it's not just using this as a ploy or using Black trauma as a way to sell things. It has something to say about Black trauma and what it means to sacrifice your life for your generation and your family ahead. And it's been a beautiful story, man. And I'm more than excited to see what Sunday has for us, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Shalom, man, I would love to get you back on maybe a week or a week and a half after the finale to kind of break it all down again, man. But
definitely.
Before we have you head off, because I'm going to probably stay on for another 15 minutes to say goodbye to the people and this, that, and the other. But, man, where can the people find you? What's next on the Binge Zone for us to look forward to? What's next to look forward to on the podcast? All that great stuff, man. If you have any plugs, the stage is yours, my friend.
Okay. You guys can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at the Binge Zone, and Apple and Spotify on the Magical Negro podcast. I have a list. I'm actually going over a list of things I'm going to cover for the rest of the month, and it's a few things. So I'm trying to narrow some things down, but I'm expecting to do a big video for the finale of Lovecraft, and I'm expecting to do a even bigger podcast for it. So there's that. And I wanted to bring something up to Elliot real quick. I think we talked about this earlier, but I think we should do at the end of the year, we should have another one of these live streams where we actually go over the best shows of 2020 and the best movies of 2020. That's something we could do. And like you said, a week after Lovecraft is over, we can go ahead and do another live stream and actually talk. Now that we have everything in front of us, we can pretty much go ahead and break everything down.
Hey, man, sign me up, man. You guys heard it first. There's more collaborations in the future between me and this man, Shalon, who is a great YouTuber, has a lot of great insight on movies and shows and all that fun stuff. So definitely keep an eye out for that, guys. But again, man, yeah, his information is in the link in the bio. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to his podcast. I believe in the podcast forums. Doing a review, giving the videos likes helps out the algorithm, but the same goes for YouTube. So definitely show this man support, guys. So anything else for you head out, man?
No, I think that's it. Thank you for having me on again.
No doubt, man. Hey, we'll definitely chat, man. I would love to do a retrospect of this year of TV and movies and talking about it. But again, I would love to talk about once we get the finale, all the stuff.
No, that's definitely coming. Because
no doubt, man. We'll be in contact, man. I can't wait to collab with you more, man. But you have a good night. Thank you for coming on, my friend.
Good night. Bye, guys.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that was Shalon again from the Binge Zone. Check him out, man. The guy, I thought I watched a lot of TV. He is just killing it, man. This guy he does explainer videos. He dives deep into these shows like Lovecraft Country and so many great things. So definitely show him some support, guys. And again, the plan would be in a perfect world, in a Hippolyta universe, the finale is on Sunday. I would want to have Shalon on here. I reach out to a couple other people and either a Wednesday night like we're doing today, or maybe just a full week in advance. So give people a week to see the finale, and not the 19th, which I believe the finale is on, but that following Sunday, which is the 25th. If I'm looking at the calendar right. So the finale is the 18th, I'm sorry. And then so maybe on the 25th, myself, Shalon, some other wonderful people, YouTubers, Instagrammers, whatever the case may be, that have been watching the show, that love to talk about the show, we will come on here and break it all down. I'm going to, of course, do my own reviews on my channel for the finale, and maybe do a couple other different videos. Like I did a video earlier a couple months ago for my top 5 moments of the first half of the season. I might do another one for the second half of the season. My favorite. I might do more videos pertaining to Lovecraft. But mark your calendars now, guys, for either Wednesday, October 21st, doing something like this where I'm going to have a bunch of other people on the channel to talk about the show and in retrospect, breaking down the show and stuff like that in the finale. Either the 21st which is next Wednesday, or the 25th, which is not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, giving you guys a full week to look at the episode as many times as you want, so we can all break it down. So I am going to be on here for another. I'm going to clock out right at 9 because I'm going to watch. I got a couple screeners that I have to catch up on. One being Bad Hair, which we talked about a little bit earlier, and then there's a couple other movies that I have to review. So that is going to be my rest of the night. But either way, let me get back to this chat, guys. Again, for everyone that donated to the channel tonight from Super Chats, Stream Labs, PayPal. I mean, you guys are fantastic. I appreciate the support, guys. I mean, for those that have been following this channel for a while, we just crossed, about a week and a half ago, we crossed 6,000 subscribers, which if you asked this dude 3 years ago when I started YouTube, if I would have hit 6,000 subscribers, like, yeah, probably in year 2025. But to know where we are now, it's all thanks to you guys for watching the videos, sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, liking the videos, and all that fun stuff. So I'm more than appreciative to the 6,000 subscribers that we hit a couple weeks ago. And then I'll probably do like a live stream Saturday, maybe to have just like a Q&A, open discussion type of thing with you all. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But man, I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Tuning in on the live stream, again, giving this video a thumbs up. I have to check the YouTube. If you guys haven't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I think right now this video is sitting at, let me pull up the YouTubes. We have, let's see, 70 likes, and there's one dislike. I appreciate that one dislike. Thank you. I always like that when that one person gives it a thumbs down. Whatever the case may be. But there's 86 people in the chat, guys, and there's 70 thumbs up. That math isn't equalizing itself. So go ahead, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my other live streams. Movie reviews. I do a lot of movie reviews on this channel. TV coverage, cover a lot of TV as well, and live streams, more and more to come. But make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any of the content. And those watching the replay, if you can do the same, it will be greatly appreciated. So let me go back to the chat again. I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes. Let's see what we got here. What did we leave off at? As long as it's not Game of Thrones. You know what? I've been thinking about doing this for a while. Maybe when winter is officially here, I'm going to probably do like a rewatch of Game of Thrones, man. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. Even with season 7 and 8 being kind of a letdown, I remember the glory days more so. I don't remember the crappy days, but yeah, hopefully they don't do us like Game of Thrones did. Justin says, yeah, it got me looking forward to Sunday again. No doubt, Justin. Same here, my friend. Yes, I want a season 2. I think there will be. The only magic so far has been done by white characters. I think season 2 would be, that would be pretty cool. Warlocks and people doing some black magic would be dope. If we get a season 2, I'm sure it will be, for sure, Jay, with all the COVID production halts and stuff like that. And again, Jonathan Majors being a movie star with Marvel now, Journey Smollett getting more roles too. So, I mean, there's probably going to be a while before we get a season 2, if there is one. Growing up as a black girl loving sci-fi, this show means so much to me, and I've been waiting for this moment. Liz, that's such a great comment. And the same here. Growing up as a black kid, loving sci-fi and seeing us black folks on the back and in the front of the screen and behind the screen has been fantastic. So I'm right there with you, Liz, no doubt. Underground should have been on HBO. Yeah, that's Misha Green's first show, right? Which I haven't seen, but I heard it was pretty dope. It was on CW or something like that. Which if it was on CW and it was like Underground Railroad, I don't know how like neutered that show was. But I'm so glad Lovecraft took off. I look forward to more. Yeah, you and me both. Let's see how other races that work with magic, like that'd be great, man. Seeing other people wield the magic would be pretty dope. Check out HBO's international series. Check out some of what other shows are we referring to, Charlie? Let me know, bro. Live watch. Are you referring to like a watch along, Jay? I would love to do that. I don't know. Since we got 86 people in chat, I'm gonna be on here for another 7 minutes. I do watch alongs on this channel. Jay knows we watched, we watched all of the Raised by Wolves together on a live stream. We did that with the boys. So if you guys would be down, again, 90 people in chat, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, I will go live on my channel. I do some commentary, but at the same time, this is going to be, watching the finale. So I won't be doing too much talking. But if you guys will want to, we could do a live watch along this Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We can watch the episode together and then break it down. briefly, because I'm going to probably have my review dropping right at 9. And then I know Sharonda at Pay Away, she'll have her live stream at 9:30. So I don't want to, bleed all over to her stream. So let me know if that's something you guys want to do. A live watch along this Sunday for the finale. Let me know. Like I said, we got 91 people in chat. Let me know if that's something you guys would be down for. We could set it up. That would be awesome. Peace out, Shalon. Yeah, Shalon's a dope dude, man. I've been watching for a while. I'm so glad I was able to get him on the channel his last few streams for this show. Thanks for live. We'll watch a hip lot of glad. Yeah, that would be dope. This was great. Really enjoyed it. Thank you for stopping by and watching this live stream. This was fun. Glad to see many more people like this show as much as I do. No doubt, Justin. No doubt. This coming Friday, I am looking forward to watching yes, Jay, I watched it last night, did my review, edited the review, uploaded it, put in all the little fine tweaks to it, but I will be having my review for the trial of the Chicago 7 dropping this Friday. Definitely keep an eye out for that review, and definitely check out that movie this Friday. I won't talk anything more about it because I'm going to have a review for it, but definitely something to look forward to, Jay. Great discussion. Glad I caught the live. Thank you, Purple Queen Sugar, for coming by and showing some love. Smash the like. This man said it. Don't have him say it twice. He said let's definitely give this video a thumbs up. Nicole says, this was fun. This is the first show I've ever gotten involved with. Yeah, I've been covering a lot of shows like this. Like I mentioned earlier, The Outsider. I did things like this for that show. Defending Jacob, Devs, Dark. So there's shows I definitely do a lot of these deep dives into, and I hope that we get more in the future, guys. Thoughts on Venture Bros cancellation? The cancellation on that, don't have much to really say about it. But I would love to know what you thinking about it getting canceled. Let me know in the comments, man. I didn't even know I don't even watch that show. So it was an animated show on Hulu. Yeah, I didn't know it got canceled. I don't even know what it is. At Adult Swim after 7 seasons. Okay. I'm sad to hear shows get canceled after 7 seasons, man. Hopefully they replace it with something new and just as good. Thank you for live. Thank you. Same here. We got another super chat. This was fun. Thank you so much for the super chat. I think this is the second one you've given in this stream, and I can't be more appreciative of you donating to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. You had some incredible comments. You donated to the channel. This was fun. I'm glad you have fun, and thank you for the super chat again. If you guys want to, you don't have to. Super chats are available. I'm going to be on for another 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and if you guys want to, it goes all towards this channel, not towards my pockets, because I want this channel to continue to grow. So I appreciate the donation there. And I'm glad you had fun tonight. I feel like that was stretched to 12 episodes. They could see the story of Dora. Yeah, that would have been interesting if they would have expanded upon the 10 episodes to 12 to get more of that backstory. HBO Half-Lives is great. Half-Lives. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. I'm going to check it out. That would be awesome. Yes, please. Okay, I assume this is the conversation about the watch along. So, hey, I'm a people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser for the people that support me. So you know what? Mark your calendars. Sunday, October 18th at 8 p.m. Oh, at 7:45. We'll pregame it. We'll get it all set up. So at 7:45 Sunday night, we'll go live and we'll watch the episode together. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. I would love to do that with you all and break it all down. Yes, another stream. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Or it'd be Have Worlds. Yeah, I've never heard of that. We'll love that. All right, like I said, this Sunday, guys. I'll see you Sunday. Sunday, October 18th. I'll make a stream for us. So if you guys are subscribers to the channel, you'll see a pre-made stream probably tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to go live. We're going to go live Sunday night, 7:45 p.m. Central Time. We're going to go live and we're going to watch the episode together and discuss it. And then at 9 p.m., I'll have my review for it because I'm going to probably get my screener for episode 10 tomorrow, hopefully. Kid Collector Comics, the finale is tomorrow, right? No, so Sunday, my friend. Sunday, October 18th. What do we got here? I'm a girl, not guy. It's okay. Black girl, skydive too. Did I call you a guy? I'm sorry. Rough. My apologies if I called you a guy. I say man a lot, not meaning literally man, but yeah, I apologize if I said that. What up, EQ? What up, my boy Q? My boy Q, what's going on, my friend? You missed a pretty dope stream, man. I hope you can watch the replay, Q. But we talked about a lot of stuff in preparation for Sunday's review or finale. Yeah, watch along. Yeah, we're gonna do a watch along. We're gonna do a watch along, guys. All right, Q. I think that's the last comment, my friend. We got 2 minutes left, and I'm gonna call it a night, guys. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all different shapes, sizes, colors, races, backgrounds, genders, zodiac signs. Appreciate you guys stopping by. This was a lot of fun. As you can see, we love Lovecraft over here, and I love talking about it with people that love it just as much as I do, as in Shalon. And again, guys, this Sunday, October 18th, 7 p.m., 7:45 p.m. Central Time, we're going to go live. We're going to do a live watch along. I'm going to watch it on my end. You're going to watch it on your end. We're going to talk about it while we're watching it. And then right at 9 o'clock, we're going to probably talk about it for like 10 to 15 minutes. Because, like, again, I know Sharonda at Pay Her Way is going to have her live stream at 9:30. I think she normally goes live at 9:30. So we're going to probably talk about it for about 15, 20 minutes. And I'm going to drop my review right at 9 so you guys can watch the review and then get a little bit of my review at the end of the watch along. So we'll do that. And then probably a week after that, I'm going to have myself, I'm going to reach out to some awesome content creators. I'm going to have another live discussion about the finale, about the show, about how much we love the show with you all. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Last little comments here. It was good to see y'all. See you Sunday. Have a good night, all. You too, my friend. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Peace. My guy, Jay. Appreciate you stopping by, man. All right, guys. Thanks again for the support. Love you guys. Stay safe. And we'll see you guys on the next video.